This was a November Kentucky rifle hunt. And I was at a buddy's place in Logan County, Kentucky, longtime friend. I think we sold him the farm back in 2012, I believe. So it's got this rut funnel on it it's a dream for rut funnels. It's a big creek, and then you've got a big swamp, and it's about 50 yards at the thinnest point. So it just sets up great for like a south wind blowing you over the creek. We had known of some other deer that were off the hit list for me. And so I was just going in actually hoping for an unknown buck. And he came along and seemed to be, we're trying to do some management out there. And he fit the right category for that. And I headed up there that morning, and I didn't even make it into the spot. I was sliding down the creek, and this guy come trotting along. There was some does around. Yep, he was kind of nudging them, and just paused for a little bit in the wrong spot. And so I settled up against a tree and let him have it. And he ran 40 yards, lost his front legs. And he actually, when he ran off, he went into this ditch that fed into that creek and didn't come up. And so I didn't know if he hung right and whatnot. So as I started pursuing the blood trail, you come over that lip, and there he laid. And it was rough getting him out because it's pretty mucky back in there. But we managed to get the wheeler and rope him up and drag him out. The best part about it is, that's a good start to that season because I hadn't bow hunted that year. This was, essentially my first outing was going up to Logan, and we'd do like a deer camp thing. And so that was good to get out and, be rewarded. 2016 for both of these. So this buck here come from a farm in Union County, Illinois that was owned by another guy within Whitetail Properties that I was leasing it from. And I'd been after a big 10-pointer with crab claws, and he was a really nice deer. And I'd had a couple encounters with that deer, could not get close enough, and I was on him, but he had me pegged. Been through bow season in Illinois, come through the first gun season, and it felt good that day. I was on my way into the back northwest corner of this property. It was my favorite place to hunt on there. And I was going into a spot that felt really good, but on my way in, as I'm walking around the field edge, skirting where I think the deer's at, I bump him along with two other good bucks, bedded with a doe, and they run off. And that was the last time I ever saw that big crab claw 10. But nonetheless, I made my sit that afternoon after bumping them. And, my hopes were high. They're on the move, whatever, deer around. But it was uneventful. And on the way out, I decided to pull some cards from some cameras. And the evening before, this guy was on camera, on a scrape. And so I knew where I was going to go the next afternoon. And sure enough, I got in there about midday, and it was bitterly cold that day. It was the second firearm season in Illinois. I think it was December 1st. And sure enough, the sun's starting to set. There's a pile of does over here, a pile of does over there. And he comes up out the draw on a beeline towards them does, harasses them around for a little bit. And I'm using a muzzle loader, and he was 147 yards. And I did not have a rest. And so I knee an elbow and said a prayer, pulled the trigger, and when the smoke cleared, he was laying right there in his tracks. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, but all in all, perseverance paid off. Just sticking with it.